going on, guys? We're back doing something a little different. I was just gonna browse some market movers and figured I would record it because maybe I'd say something smart. Maybe I wouldn't. Lapper Flips, check me out on Instagram. Hit that like button. Helps the algorithm. Everyone's great with the comments. We're gonna get right into it. I'm just gonna sort of browse. I don't have an agenda. I don't have anything specific that I want to do. I just figured I'd record it and it'd be fun. So I'm going to get into market movers here. We're going to go to price movements by card. This is something that I use very frequently. And then I'm going to look at a whole bunch of years down here. So we'll look down through to about 2005. So what I'm really going to look at, I've done it in a few of my other videos, is just take a look at cards that are moving, see what they're doing. One of the things that I do want to look at that I don't look at much is BGS 9.5s. So they're obviously more inexpensive than PSA 10s, and I feel like there may be opportunity there that I'm missing in terms of perhaps the PSA 10 moving faster than the BGS 9.5, where it's lagging behind, or discrepancies like that. Maybe it's vice versa. Maybe the BGS 9.5 is pretty high. PSA 10 could be undervalued. I don't know. Just something I want to look at. So we'll have a look at that. Let me know if you like these things. I'm sure, you'll get a look at some cards so you can get something out of it. And then we're not going to go by variation or by player. So we're just going to filter this out. Going to get it down to 100 per page. And let's take a look at, sorry, I'm looking the other way because my camera's over here, but my screen, one of my screens is over here. But let's take a look at cards that are up. This feels different than when I had just hopped in. What is different? Young Guns, Upper Deck SP, Hockey, got all these years, 2019, 18. BGS 10, 9.5 in raw. Okay, no, so that's good. So we got Upper or Braden Point here, the first one. Not going to go through all these, obviously, just going to sort of browse as if I was doing it. I actually like this, that Market Movers opens up a new tab. I like extending these out, get a longer look at the cards. So this is Braden Point's base raw card, so it is seeing a slight upward tick. I know a lot of people talking about it not moving much, and that's not a heck of a lot for considering what he's doing in playoffs. But what else do we got here? Nikolai Ehlers moving up. Bowen Byram moving up. Not sure what that would be about. That's why. God. Okay, so that's why, because I have it on the last 7 days. So let's stretch it out to the last 90 days. That's what I didn't see. Okay, so this is this is what I'm used to looking at. The names are somewhat similar. We have Adam Fox here. This is a raw base. So he retreated a bit from the top, had this card, did well with it. I hope you guys did too. A lot of people did. Actually, holding up pretty well right now. A little bit surprising. A player, lots of people are talking about though, and people are getting in probably late right now if they're buying that card, but that's up to them. Charlie McAvoy, one of the cards, great grading play. Yeah, ticking upwards, through the playoff run. I mean, Boston obviously eliminated now. That's moving up, but let's take a look. We'll add here. Let's add his BGS 9.5 and his PSA 10 and take a look at what we got here. We'll extend this out. Yeah, so after the playoff runs, we're sort of seeing the nosedive, and his raw is holding steady, but we see the nosedive in the PSA 10 and the BGS 9.5. Take a look at the ratios here. So raw to 9.5 is 3.5. That's ending average. Let's go 30-day average. Raw to 9.5 is 5.2x, and raw to 10 is 8.32. So Really good grading play, guys. When you can grab this for $22, you get 8x on it, 184. Remember, these are USD. That's why I like this card. And Charlie McAvoy's sort of done what he's gonna do. I don't think he's gonna be a superstar. You know, a good defenseman puts up some points, but I'm gonna go ahead and add this to my, not to my collection. Gonna add this card to my favorites to be watching it. So now I got that in my watch list there. I'm gonna track that raw price. One of the other things that you can do at Market Movers while I'm here, maybe I'll put a price on it. So the last sale was at $23. I'm gonna set an alarm here. If it falls below, let's say $16, it's gonna fire me off an alert. So I'll know that he's fallen below $16, and then maybe I'll buy some. Cody Glass. Where is Cody Glass playing right now? Is he Taxi Squad? Black Ace? Henderson? This is what I pull up when I want to see where people are doing. Hockey DB. Cody Glass only played 27 games. He got sent down. I knew that. I just don't know if he's in the AHL or on the Taxi Squad. But he had 10 points in 27 games. 22 years old. From Winnipeg, Manitoba. Yeah. I know his mom collects all of his hockey cards. I can't remember. I'd met an individual somewhere online. Maybe it was a Discord somewhere. But Cody Glass's mom was buying all of his Cody Glass cards because he had a pretty extensive Cody Glass collection. I believe the individual, no, he wasn't from Winnipeg. She's from Winnipeg. He was from somewhere else. But Cody Glass. Cale Makar, what is this? His Young Guns base raw. Notice all the movement on these are raw cards. There's no, I guess it's just because volume, because there's more of them moving. Cale Makar still up. So that's the 90 days. We'll extend it out to 365. Yeah, so for a raw card, that's pretty nice. I have a couple here. I have no attachment to his Young Guns, although I do believe in it. Nominated for the Norris, which was, I surprised people somehow. If you didn't know, whatever. Not gonna pump Cale's tires anymore, but it's absolutely no surprise that he's nominated for the Norris. Yeah, let's take a look at his BGS 9.5, because that's a card I don't think I have ever looked at, and we'll extend it out. And yeah, it's low pop. It doesn't even have a pop number there. But look at this. There was a sale on May 31st for $500. So when I see things like this, and that's where the PSA 10 was selling at, 500 USD. So when I see stuff like that, I want to go into the results here, and I want to check out if that's what's going on with that sale. So this will take us right into eBay here. So this is the sold item. So first of all, okay, so it's 3 9.5s and a 10. So that is, a good 9.5 for sure. And the listing is ended. It's not relisted. I do know Market Movers, if this sale never got paid for, Market Movers won't have it in their database. So that's that's really interesting there. Even this sale right before, let's have a look at this one, was pretty high at 283. So bidding is ended. We'll check out. Oh, and this one's interesting. You like these no grade cards, hey? Like they're really interesting. Like you think if you go to BGS, you would pay for the subgrades. I wonder though if it's not smarter to not even bother, because if this card sold at a pretty nice premium. So, and people don't know. I mean, the sale before it was at, granted it was, a month before, but that was at $200. I guess they were in the playoffs making a run. so went up to 283. But anyways, something I think about is it worth putting the subs on there? If you get a 9.5, you know, maybe you get more of a premium for that card than something that doesn't, like True Gem. You know, you get a couple nines on there, or a 9, I guess, then, you know, actually takes value away from the card. Anyways, okay, that's pretty interesting. So let's move away from KL. Who else do we got here who is interesting? Capo Caco is one, not a guy who I'm particularly fond of, but I don't care. I wonder what the market thinks of him and how what their expectations are gonna be for him. So up at around $40 for a raw. I'm sure he's got some, yeah, price come down since the end of the season, obviously, but let's check out the 10 and the 9.5. Yeah, there's no 9.5s. Everyone's sending to PSA, right? And it looks like PSA 10, yeah, he's a pop 89. So I would imagine that there's a shitload of Capo Caco at PSA right now. Last sale was up a bit, jumped from $21 to $40. But I'm gonna mark this card. I'm gonna watch. What do I want to watch? Is PSA 10 or is raw? Probably just watch as raw. So we'll add it to my favorites to the card, and I'll put it on my hockey watch list. This is a new list that I created so that I have sort of my cards to watch where I can get them in one place, and maybe I'll show you that after. Capo Caco. Let's take a look what else we got. Rasmus Dahlin moving up. Braden Point, there's his raw. Look at this, it's all raw. And this is by card. So at some point, like, there's got to be some, okay, so there's a Cale Makar PSA 10 there. Raw, like Raw Pedersen, Drake Batherson. Oh, this changed the order. Oh, for crying out loud. Want it ordered like that, and then the second page is down. Those are the only cards that are up. Is that right? So we have these cards, so it's descending, right? Oh, it's that. There's something. Maybe it was just me. It seems like 6% and 5. Okay. No, that's right. I just hadn't scrolled down enough. I just don't know how to operate. I don't know how to operate a scrolling bar. Okay, so let's look at this. We'll keep looking here. There's a Capo Caco. Quinn Hughes. You guys gonna buy Quinn Hughes? Lots of apples for that guy. I mean, same with Makar and same with Fox. It's tough to score from the point as a D-man. Everything gets deflected, and you know, you get your assists on the power play, but assists are good. If you're around goals, it's the good thing. Philip Zadina, I got a few of these. Don't really care too much about this, to be honest. I don't think Zadina's a guy. He's not a guy I've really thought about buying this year anyways. Nedeljkovic, this is one that I almost bought before the playoffs, but the price just got too high. Got up to about $25. It was floating around there on ComC, and it looks like it's come back down $12. When was that? May 20th, and still increasing back. So yeah, he's seen a nice little increase. You know, I hate goalies. I don't like buying goalies, but I was looking to do it as maybe a playoff play. Didn't happen, but Mikko Jesperi raw down. That's interesting. Kotkaniemi, you know, everyone was shitting on this guy for so long. I've had him on my watch list for a long time. I'm gonna go ahead and watch this one. Yeah, he's young. Let's take a look at what he did this year. I mean, Montreal, obviously Montreal's doing what they're doing right now, but certainly didn't have a spectacular year. Yeah, like look, 20 points in 56 games played, and now in the playoffs they got this guy, like, you know, gonna give him the Calder. I know he's not eligible for the Calder. I'm just saying, you know, he's one of the young stars. I mean, he's a good player, but like, you didn't know that before. Like, you shit on him because he's not putting up the points. I mean, the talent's there. It's just Montreal was pretty shitty, and they might win the Stanley Cup. Who knows? If they win the Stanley Cup, does that make them the best team in the league? I was thinking about that today. I'm like, are they better? Are they a better team than Vegas? Like, I don't think so. I wouldn't even. I don't know. I just don't think so. But that doesn't mean that they can't win a series. And you know, the way that they're playing, they could win it. It's boring to watch. Like, imagine New York Islanders and Montreal playing in the Stanley Cup final. I'm not sure if I can watch that. I'm being honest. I might have to watch the condensed game because you can only watch Trap play for so long. Playing like a 1-3-1 or a 1-4. Yeah. Not gonna be fun if the Isles win and Montreal wins, in my opinion. Some people say it'll be great. Well, okay. Let's take a look at cards that are down now. How long into my recording am I? 16 minutes already. Jesus. See, this goes long, but it's up to you guys. Like, I get it if you don't want it. I'm not gonna browse for much longer. Probably another few minutes. Hit that like button though, please. Hit the like button. Leave a comment whether you like these sort of videos or not. This is just something that I do pretty frequently, and I just figured maybe I'd record it to show you sort of some of the things I'm looking at. Jordan Kyrou down. This was a card. This is just a sick brag by me. In one of my videos, I said at the start of the year on ComC, he was under $7. You know, all year he was floating up here at double at around $15. Like, this is $21. You could have sold him over $20. I was saying at the start of the year, he was a good option, good cheap option. He was actually one of my more expensive options at $7. But he's come back down to earth. Can you do the same thing next year? Like, is it going to get back to this $15 mark? I don't know. I already got that in a folder, but I don't even think that Jordan Kyrou had a wonderful year. I think he was injured a little bit. Well, he's got 55 games played. So he had 35 points in 55 games played. Nothing to brag about. He's 23 now. See, 23 in my books. He's going on to senior citizen. His birthday's in May. So he just turned 23. So I'll give him another year. But I mean, you look at something like that and you wonder if the exact same thing isn't going to happen next year. I mean, he trended down throughout the year, but I wonder if there's a play at the start of the year. This is obviously where puck dropped, right here. This is where I was telling you to buy him, right here. So I don't know. Maybe you can do this again next year. I don't know. Something to think about. Who else do we got? Connor McDavid, a Parkhurst rookie raw. That's interesting. Let's take a look at Stützle. What do we got here? We got the canvas and his base. I like the canvas for grading. I like buying them better because their condition is so good and they grade 10 so high. I'm going to put a favorite on this card and add this to my watch list. I'm going to fire a bell here. What's it at now? $40. Like, let's see if this thing gets below. If this thing gets below $30, I'll get it to bell me. So trending downward, you know, since it came out. Canvas, he's not gonna have PSA 10s, or I mean, he might have a low count. Kirill Kaprizov, you guys buying Kirill? The Thrill, likely gonna win the Calder. This is his raw. Oh, this is canvas. Canvas raw, trending straight down. Still at $80, so not bad. Dylan Cousins raw. You guys got to make sure you watch ComC too, because these like $14. Well, that's just under what it's at on ComC. I think it's at about $13 on ComC. But Dylan Cousins, definitely a player I am watching. His base card, Kirill Kaprizov. Here's his base raw. Take a look at this one. Not going to be able to compare many PSA 10s and 9.5s. See, this is when the card comes out, and this is when everyone wants it, and this is what, like, what, God, comment below, what do you guys think Cole Caulfield's going to come out at? Like, it's going to be insane. If Kirill's at $200, like, I guess Kirill had already played when the set came out. Well, so will Caulfield have, though. And if Caulfield wins a Stanley Cup, he's going to be like, you know what? I'm going to keep my number. But let me know what you think Caulfield's going to come out at, because I have a guess, and yeah, I'll reveal it in a video at some point. Down to $88 though, and I think Caulfield, though, to be fair, I would be on Cole Caulfield way before I would ever touch Kirill. Way before. I don't think that they're particularly close, just because obviously the age of Kirill. So Cole Caulfield had 5 points in 10 games after, I think they won the championship there, 52 and 31. He had 30 goals in 31 games played. That's what you want to see. And then in the playoffs here, he's got 8 points in 14 games. I actually thought he had more than that. But this kid, yeah, 20 years old. Okay, and he just turned 20. So I like to see that. But honestly, this is a card that is just going to be too expensive, and not a card I believe in longer term upside right now. I'll be watching, but what I'm going to watch is likely a decline on that card after the set comes out and it settles in. We'll see how this card settles. I don't even think for Caulfield you'll have to rush to buy. I could be wrong on that, but like I said, I think it's a way better buy anyways than Kirill. But I mean, it's about price, right? Like, price matters. Connor Hellebuck, Batherson, Jack Hughes, PSA 10. Okay, let's take a look at Jack Hughes. He is a guy who I am watching. So I'm going to add him back to my watch list, which is a different list than the one he was on. And his PSA 10, I went over this in another video, but we're going to add the 9.5 because I've never looked at his 9.5. And we'll compare these and extend them out and sort of see. So, like, this is what I'm talking about. His 9.5, if we take a look at the ratios here, so his 9.5 is at 3.85, which is, we got to move it to 30-day average. Okay, there we go. So that's a little bit better. His BGS 9.5 is at 3.16. So that's pretty high. Pretty high for ratio. It's usually below 3. I think about 2 3/4 is about normal, where this is usually just below 4. So this seems priced okay, and this one seems a little bit high. Last sale at 168. So let's take a look. Like, the thing that is, obviously you have to watch for with the BGS. With the BGS is the subs, right? When I first started collecting, the guy's like, yeah, he's like, they're not true gems. I didn't know what the hell a true gem was. I was like, I don't care about the subs. It's a 9.5, right? A 9.5 is a 9.5. And for modern cards, I think for the most part, that's true. Like a 9 on the corners, there may be like a tiny, some tiny white that I have to find under magnification that bumps it down to a 9. But the way that the card shows the eye appeal, it doesn't change. But people want the high subs, so they're buying the subs. They're not buying the card. It's different when you're talking about like a Jordan rookie and you talk about eye appeal and different vintage cards. You know, this Wayne Gretzky rookie has different eye appeal, and this PSA 7 is way nicer than this PSA 7. I understand that. You know, a 9.5 on a modern card, an ultra modern card, I mean, you're only buying the subs. It has zero to do with eye appeal. But anyways, that's my rant. So let's take a look here. Yeah, true gem. Okay, so he's a true 9.5. Let's see if this person's lying. Let's see if they're lying. This listing has been removed or is not available. Oh, I didn't click in. Yeah, so all 9.5s. No 10s. Piece of, you know it, right? And then look at this one, 165. So is this a true gem? Let's take a look at this one because it's sold for almost the exact same price. And it is not. It has a 9. A 9 on surface. So someone gouged it with a pencil or something. I'm just kidding. They probably didn't gouge it with a pencil. Right. What else do we got here? We'll wind it down, guys. Jack Hughes. Let's see if we can find one more. Elias Pettersson. Yeah, I could look at Elias Pettersson. Or Nico Hischier. Here we go. Let's take a look at Nico Hischier. Is a guy who I'm keeping an eye on as well, but I'm going to be watching. I want to check out the 9.5 and the 10. We'll see how his ratios are. I'm going to add the 9.5. So this looks, you know, it's interesting. You see his raw value completely flat here. $21, $17. Well, it looks flat because it's lower. Anyways, gonna add this to favorites, add this to the watch list, gonna add the PSA 10 to the watch list, and we'll add his raw to the watch list. And what's his PSA, what's this BGS at right now? $60? $60 for a BGS 9.5? What's his PSA 10 at? $129. So that's US. So $60 US is about $75. It is $75 Canadian. For a BGS 9.5. Wow. And that hasn't moved all year. I mean, it saw a jump, but it started off at $60 and 56, $60. That's okay. Yeah, I'm gonna keep an eye on that. Yeah, I said in another video, like I thought Hischier was a bit more impressive than Hughes. Perhaps not a better hockey player. I just think he plays a better game. Like Hughes is super skilled, has a different skill set. I think Hischier gets to dirtier places, sort of makes more happen. Hughes seems more of a cycler, and I think he'll figure that out. Like, he's a great player, but I really liked Hischier's game. Problem is his health. But anyways, maybe we'll leave it on that, guys. So Nico Hischier, give me a thumbs up there, please. Leave me a comment. So what do you guys think the Caulfield's going to go for? I don't know. We'll see, I guess. But give me a thumbs up, like. I try and reply to all the comments. You guys who comment know that, so I enjoy it. But check me out on Instagram, Lapper Flips. Who cares about that stuff, right? Anyways, later, guys.